just doing the talk, they begin to open up a little bit. And I find that to be so true for every situation. So some of the topics I cover in my group is topics like recognizing your problems and solving them. Not just recognizing you got a problem. Okay, so I got a problem. So now what do? You have to map out strategies on how to solve the problem. Okay? Why am I so angry? God is my witness. I have seen so much anger from these young ladies that's coming to school. You know, looking pretty now. They got their little stuff on. They're looking good as I don't know what. But they're so angry. And they allow their anger to jump out on other people. But at the same time, it's a ripple effect. They're jumping out on other people, and then that person is jumping out on someone else. Or they become bullies. You know what I'm saying? And then the person who they're bullying, you know, becomes the victim. And it's just a ridiculous cycle that goes on and on and on and on. I've been in those positions before. I've been bullied. Did I come home and tell my mother? No. No. Did I tell my mother my boyfriend was slapping me around at 16? No. No. I ain't told none of that kind of stuff. You know, as a matter of fact, I hid everything. My mother didn't know I was sexually abused until I was way in my 40s. Then, you know, she told me something happened to her. You know, my mother's 26 years old. She had held that secret that long. And then she talked about some things that happened to her mother. Okay, some things that happened to her mother. Okay? So it was a cycle. It was a vicious cycle. I saw my mother get beat. I saw my mother get beat by my daddy, and I love my daddy. Don't get me wrong. I felt responsible for them breaking up because I told my daddy, grandmother and mommy are going to have you put in jail if you hit her again. And then they fought again, and I always carried that with me, thinking that I broke them up. Now, back to this. Back is not where I'm going. Okay, so you got all your strategies, you got all your tips, you're good to go, you know what you're supposed to do, you know, I'm fired up. I done had this workshop, I done had this class. I have a class designed just to help you to stay focused on where you're supposed to be going because you don't want to go back. Okay? Because a lot of times we have a little uh-ohs here and there, and because of those little uh-ohs, sometimes we stay down because we beat ourselves up and we say to ourselves, well, man, you know, you go back to your same habits.
Yeah, why bother?
Yes, why bother? Why, thank you, man. Why bother? Why bother? But there are things that you can do, that we can do, to help us to not go back. And if we do go back, because 9 times out of 10 we will, we slip, we human. But what do you do to pick yourself back up? What do you do? What do you do? So I have classes designed for that. And this other class that I'm going to mention is called Don't Push My Buttons. Everybody got something to trigger them into something that's not pussy. You know what I mean? First of all, you got to know what it is. If you don't know what your triggers are in terms of something going on the outside or maybe something on the inside, then you're going to fall victim to that thing over and over and over again. And before you know it, you know, you're just going to be lost. You're just going to be, and that's basically what it is. You're just going to be lost, and you're going to hold it in. And you're going to grow older, and you're going to get all these chronic ailments and illnesses and stuff going on that you don't know why. You know, why my head hurt all the time, why my blood pressure high, why my back hurting, why this, why, you know, because we hold so much. We hold so much. We stop breathing. We stop breathing. You know what I mean? The most precious thing to us on this planet is air. You can go without food for a little bit. You can go without water for a little bit. You can even be by yourself for a while before you crack up. But then again, if you without air for a few minutes, less than 10 minutes, what's going to happen? You dead. And we forget how to breathe. We forget how to just take a moment. And that's why this rose is so symbolic to me. This rose. The main character in this book, even though it's me, I named her Rose. Because in the height of my abuse, I was about 16 years old, just had a baby, pregnant with another one, because I was pregnant like a few weeks, like before 6 weeks, I was pregnant. I had him at 17, so, and I was pregnant again at 16, and had the first one at 16. Do the math, I'm not good with math. But anyway, this little girl walked up to the door, knocked on it, and had a bunch of roses she had picked out of the yard. And I answered the door with my black eyes, and me, not being able to smile anymore because of life, what am I smiling about? I'm isolated in this little cold weather flat. to breathe in air, to just stop for a moment, and just breathe in the beautiful fragrance of life. And that was one of the keys to help me to eventually get out of the abusive relationship. Not right away. It was about 4 years up the road. Because when a person is in a violent relationship, it takes them a long time to get out. Now, I'm an educator, so of course I'm really focused on children. Let me just tell you something real quick here about children, as far as statistics go. And these are credible numbers here because I researched this, because I am into this. This is my life. Every year, more than 3 million children witness domestic violence in their homes. Did you understand that? Every year, over 3 million children. I don't have to tell you or ask you what you think about happening to those kids when they come to school. Without help, girls who witness domestic violence are more vulnerable to abuse as teens than girls. So if these little teen girls are witnessing this thing, they are more vulnerable. I bear witness to that. And I bear witness not only to that and can testify to that, but the teen girls that I deal with and dealt with in school as a high school teacher,